Alright, so Enable Plus is where you log into to see if your appointments have demoed, and you can calculate how much you should be expecting to bonus on a weekly basis. This is not a phone app. This will be through a web browser that you can use a phone or a computer with. The URL is enabledplus.com. Just type in your username and password and log in. Once you're logged into Enabled Plus, you'll see that you'll be in the Events Weekly Performance tab. Here you can look at the plan type and toggle from events to retail, and you can see what each events and retail comp plan looks like. And then you'll see the whole team here and where you fit in. It'll go by a weekly basis from Sunday to Saturday. You can click on the calendar right here, and you can change the weeks from Sunday to Saturday. Or you could even decide to look at a 2-week view or a monthly view or the history of your time here with the events and retail department. Using Brandon Kent as an example, it shows that between Sunday, October 2nd and October 8th, he worked 3 total event hours, probably one shorter event for that week. He has 1, 2, 3 demos and a 1 HPD, because 3 hours divided by 3 demos is 1. And he is in bonus level 1, so he is making $50 per demo. So those 3 demos times $50 is $150 bonus this week for his event demos. Second example, Brian Gallagher worked 8.5 hours of events, whether it was 2 days or one long event. Hopefully it was 2 days. And he had 2 demos, so 8.5 divided by 2 is an HPD of 4.25, and that brings him into bonus level 4. So he's making $25 per demo, so that's $50 this week on those 2 demos. The Events Weekly Performance is also where you can monitor your set rate performance. Again, set rate is what we calculate when it comes to the appointments that you set, divided by how many of those appointments actually result in a demo. And it's good to look at your set rate on a weekly basis, bi-weekly and monthly, just to make sure that you're catching any trends. So if you go back to the first example of Brandon Kent, he has 0% set rate. And you may ask yourself, how can that be? I see demos, I see hours. Well, this scenario, Brandon probably set these 3 appointments that demoed before the week of Sunday, October 2nd through October 8th. So he set them maybe October 1st, and they all ran during the week, so it's more of a rollover. And these 3 event hours, Brandon probably didn't set an appointment this week during these 3 hours he worked. A second example for set rate, using Brian Gallagher, he has a 200% set rate. How is that possible? Well, in the 8.5 hours Brian worked this week, Sunday through Saturday, he has 2 demos, so he probably only set 1 lead this week. So that way he has a 200%. 100 would be if he said 2 demos, so he probably only said 1. That's why it's really beneficial to go back a week or 2, or a month especially, and see what your set rate is over the course of 4 weeks or so. That way you can see how it's been rolling over from week to week. Where, okay, here's Brandon, 92%, great set rate, and Brian, 67%. So, yeah, some weeks it will be up, some weeks it will be down, but consistently it should be 65% or greater. Another feature Enable Plus will allow you to have is the ability to check your leads to see if they have demoed or not. So you want to go to the Find a Lead drop down here. This is where you can type in the phone number, which is preferred, to find the status of your lead. You can use the last name, but if it's a common last name like Smith, there will be a lot of customers that you have to sift through to find which one's yours. Maybe their home address or their email, but phone number is always the preferred method. So I went ahead and typed in the phone number, and here popped up a customer of ours. If nothing pops up here, there's no names, that means the phone number is not in the system either at all or correctly. So you definitely need to make sure that you follow up on that and get it to your manager, call back into the ISC and correct that phone number. If we don't have the right phone number, we can't call to confirm them, and the lead definitely won't demo for you. But in this case, here's Dan L. So I'm going to actually click on his name, and a lead sheet will pop up here. And there's a lot of information that you could review. And basically, where you even start is making sure the phone numbers are correct here, that the address is correct, it all matches your lead sheet, so we can get to the right place and call to confirm. Then you want to scroll down here just to see the history of the lead. So it looks like in September of 2021, the appointment was set, and we sent them an email. You can click on this email to see what the emails that we send the customers are like. And we confirmed the appointment, we assigned the appointment, and it's sold. And that was in 2001. They had a little service appointment that we did. We sent them a mailer, and then a year later, September 2022, looks like we set them up again. There's a note here, event phone handoff. So credit the rep at the event. It's the same rep at the same event 1 year later. So great job there to that rep. Meeting a customer again and signing them up for some more windows the next year. So we set the appointment, and we assigned the appointment, sent them another email. We left them a message this time. We couldn't get a hold of them to confirm them, but it looks like they got back to us within a few hours, and we confirmed the appointment. Then the project consultant went out and sold them some more windows. So great job again by this rep, setting up a great lead with a previous customer. Now, very important to note, previous customers won't show up in the Events Weekly Performance Sheet. Once it's a sale, we can't change the source, whether it's direct mail, telephone, newspaper, proximity marketing, or in our case, events or retail. So we can't change the source once a customer previously purchased our windows. So that's why you want to really manually check all these leads, because this week, Caden, who had the previous sale, actually had 4 demos. So, and that's a big difference. That will change his HPD level to bonus level 1, and he'll be making 50 instead of 45 per demo. And yeah, it definitely makes a big difference. So make sure that you're tracking all your information, you're double checking this pay with your pay stubs and with your manager or whoever does payroll, and making sure that you work hard to set these leads and get your demos. So stay on top of them. Here's another lead that didn't demo. You can see the history here that we set the appointment and we deleted the appointment, not enough time, and there's even extra notes. She is not available and is not ready to have us out, aware of the 1-year price lock. So it looks like they've even put what rebuttal it was and everything like that. So we don't expect 100% of the leads you set to issue, only 65% or more. So, but you can sometimes find out the reason why they canceled. Some last things to note. Please do not mess with anything in this section down here. This is for the ISC. This is for the call center when they are scheduling the appointment. So please do not touch anything on this bottom left side. Another thing here are a bunch of rebuttals or answers to objections that the ISC uses. So you can just click on one, and there's a lot of different options to see what they will typically say on the phone to a homeowner who has questions like, what is Firex? There it is. So this could be very helpful for you to kind of help your pitch with the customers. And again, at the very bottom, there's these little buttons here. Do not touch these ever. It's for the call center, the ISC's use only. Great, so there you have it, the rundown of Enable Plus. If you have any further questions, anyone in the events and retail department would be more than happy to cover the bonus structure or anything with you. We're here to help. We want to make sure you get paid right. Thanks.